Hey guys, I know it's been a minute. That's how I roll typically. I do what I can do, but I wanted to give you a tour of my hot mess. Actually, no, I wanted to give you a tour of the garden, but I'm gonna quickly show you a before. We have had like weeks worth of rain, like a lot of rain here in Middle Tennessee, and then we've had a huge heat wave, and it is crazy hot. I'm gonna flip this around so you can see how much growth we've had in a matter of a week. And we have massive Japanese beetles right now. Like, that's all weeds, and my garden's hidden amongst it. And we even use the black fabric, the black landscape fabric. And a branch in one of the storms fell down on our trampoline, so we have to cut that up today. Brandon and the boys are home today because they're, if you can see our house back there, they are repairing the gable ends. We had some rain damage and some mold, and so they're taking those off, putting fresh new gable ends that are like waterproofed, and then some house wrap on them until we can afford siding. But we also have never had insulation in our roof, so it's just a metal roof. And in the summer, it literally turns our house into a sun oven because it gets hot. So if it's 93 outside, the real feel in Tennessee would probably be closer to like 100 and something. And then our house will be closer to 110. I remember last year using one of those little heat guns to like gauge the temperature in the house, and it was like 118 one day. It was during a big heat wave, I think in July. So we're trying to get insulation put on the roof so that it doesn't get that hot. But I'm gonna show you the garden before. I'm not gonna do a full tour. Thank you, Shiloh. I'm not gonna do a full tour because it's a hot mess, and after the boys are done doing insulation, I'm going to give you a, be able to walk through it better. Even with the black fabric, we have massive weeds. Like, the weeds here in Tennessee are growing through the black fabric so badly. But let me show you what it looks like. And the sheep got out, remnants of them. They're little poops. But this is the edge of the black fabric. These are all flowers, and that's a row of tomatoes. That's corn back there that the weeds have taken over and the sheep ate. So we aren't gonna get corn probably this year. They ate the top, they got out and ate the tops of all of our beans. They ate our corn and most of our lettuce, and it was super frustrating because lettuce is really hard to grow in Tennessee in the summer. But these are our zinnias. But these are the weeds I'm talking about. Like, they're growing through the black fabric. These pokey, terrible weeds. And then up through like every area. We just trimmed a bunch of tomatoes and staked them with leftover fencing stakes, you know. But these are peppers and tomatoes and more peppers and tomatoes, and we've had blight issues already this year because of all the rain. Yeah. But hopefully when they come give you a full tour, back behind this green stuff, this big old weedy patch, are more fabric with leeks and beans and cucumbers and lettuce. And back there, you probably can't see, and I'm not traipsing through because there's some pokey weeds, but there's a whole pumpkin area with melons and pumpkins. But after the boys get the insulation and the gable ends done, they're gonna come through here with weed eaters, and hopefully the mower, our mower belt broke too. So Brandon's gonna fix the mower belt, and then we'll hopefully get all of this knocked down. But honestly, like, the black fabric is great to an extent, but everything has their limits, you know? So we're gonna have to come up with a better solution because I can't even keep the weeds out of this landscape fabric. Tennessee's weeds are just crazy. I think I'm gonna have to get a tarp from Farmer's Friend and just tarp it for all of winter and try and do like wood chips, or like cardboard and wood chips, cardboard and compost and wood chips. I don't know, something different. I have to try something different because it's very discouraging. I couldn't get out here when it was so hot, you guys. Like, I just don't do well in the heat, and it doesn't take much for it to get overtaken like this. And we were on top of it up until just last week. So that's a quick tour of our crazy garden. Behind all of these weeds is the cutest little flower patch that the girls planted. There's all these balsams and cosmos and zinnias and dill even, and calendula, but you can't see it because the weeds are crazy and the Japanese beetles are crazy. And I'm wondering if the weeds and grass weren't so ridiculous, if the Japanese beetles wouldn't be so bad. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna make a batch of escabeche today because I have a bunch of peppers to use up. So we're gonna do that, and I'll prop you up and let you watch me do that today, and I'll let you get a peek on what the boys are doing in the half story. It's not really a full story, but it's up there. We made a little loft for the little kids and the girls, and I'll show you. Gosh, my yard's a mess, but this is authenticity. So that's the house. Brandon cut that hole to let heat escape. They're gonna take all those gable ends off the top up there. Take all that off. Cut fresh, new, it's not OSB, it's actually like zip system. They're gonna cut all that, house wrap it, and then finish putting the rolls of insulation up. We hadn't done insulation. That thing back there behind me, that little structure, was a free like carport thing that somebody gave us. So Brandon cut it down and is welding it and turning it into like a little sheep structure. But we hadn't done insulation because we were saving for spray foam insulation, you know, like the spray stuff, because it's way more efficient, but it's crazy expensive. So we could afford bats, like the rolls of R11 or R13 or whatever, the pink stuff. So we're putting that up, and then we're gonna put beadboard over it so that the girls will have headspace. But yeah, I'll show you that as that goes on too. Okay, so like with everything that we do, we have to do a double or a triple batch. That's just because we have a lot of kids and our family is large. Okay, well, we'll use that. We'll just cut that part off. So, if you guys don't know, my name is Laura. Yep, that's beautiful. My name is Laura. I am the mom here. My husband's name is Brandon. We live on 20 acres in Middle Tennessee. We bought raw land and we're continuously building this little house. It's pretty small. It's about, I want to say 1,300 square feet. And we have 12 children. So there's 14 of us total. We're a family of 14 that live in this home that we are building. You can go back and see more of the process. Well, it's not sunny, no it's not. You can go back and look at the process of us building, but it's an ongoing process, and we have building materials constantly in our yard, or being burned, burn piles from scraps being burned. But anyways, that's our life, and we are building a homestead and a little farm here on 20 acres in Middle Tennessee. We originally came from California, and now we're here until the Lord moves us. Okay, so this is our garden harvest the last couple days. When we were tying up tomatoes that went a little wild, a branch broke off, so I have all those green little San Marzanos, have a bunch of ready or almost ready jet setters, a pile of jalapenos, some sweet bananas back there, some hot bananas and Anaheims right there, and some eggplants. Probably not, it's too hot for ballerina stuff. I am going to cut up some carrots, actually peel and cut up carrots, and cut up some cauliflower, and cut up some jalapenos, and we're gonna make escabeche. If you've ever been to a taco shop or a Mexican restaurant, they have the little salsa bar with the carrots and jalapenos, and or sometimes if you get Mexican takeout, they give it to you in a little Ziploc bag. That's like a family favorite around here, and I usually make it every year, even if I have to buy the ingredients, because we didn't have a garden last year. And I've never been able to grow carrots, so we get our carrots from Costco. And I've never been able to grow cauliflower because the bugs here in Tennessee eat all of my brassicas every time I grow them. So, which I just had to rip out a whole bunch of cauliflower yesterday because they were overrun with bugs and not even forming a head, and they had been in the ground since way early spring.
Are they bad enough, or do you need more?
I think we need about 4 pounds of jalapenos. So yeah, I buy my cauliflower this is from Walmart, organic cauliflower. I'm gonna cut it up, rinse it off, and then it's just vinegar, sugar, and some spices, some garlic, and some oregano. Some people put cumin in it, but I'm not. Anyways, I'm just gonna start making this, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. What'd you find, girls?
Like a bell pepper, but red.
Ooh, bugs got it.
Yeah, and this one. These ones are turning red.
Yeah, those are pretty. Were these Anaheims? These are not jalapenos, these are Anaheims. Jalapenos are these like this. Okay, so we'll put the Anaheims over here, and we will do all of these jalapenos. Perfect, okay? We're gonna do, that's okay, the jalapenos turn red too. So we'll move this, these can go in the scraps, those are gross. That's okay, we'll just chop that off. Will you put that in the scrap bucket?
Yeah.
Mom and Pop.
You adopt this one. No, I didn't.
Thanks.
This was already made.
Oh, she didn't draw. You better be careful. Hey.
I know. Okay, so after all your, my house is really loud, you guys. After all your veggies are chopped, I just have, let me tell you what I got in here. Okay, so I have cauliflower, carrots, jalapenos, onions, and garlic. And if I'm being super honest, I didn't measure or anything. We weighed the jalapenos, but we didn't want more jalapenos than carrots, so I kind of just eyeballed it. And now I'm sauteing them in olive oil. I actually used avocado oil in a big stock pot. And I'm gonna cook those down for a little bit, and then I'm gonna add in my vinegar and a little bit of sugar, you know, like a pickling brine, and some oregano, and that's it. And so I'm gonna add that in, boil them a bit, and then fill my jars and water bath can them for 10 minutes. That's it. Super simple and very delicious. And we'll probably eat through it in like 2 weeks because there's a lot of us. Okay, so Simply Recipes is the recipe that I've loosely followed for years, but I don't do anything exact. I'll post that below. Hattie's shredding chicken for lunch. We're gonna have chicken tacos. And Abby made me this delicious ricotta on toast with fresh tomatoes for a snack. And Brandon's making me a honey maple latte. So good. But that's it. They're getting ready to go up in the rafters and put up some, knock out the old gable ends, put up some insulation. I'll take you over there so you can see what it looks like now. Girls are playing Mancala. If you can see. So, that's how far they got the other night. That's the girls' bedroom over there. Everything's like a work in progress, guys. So there are trusses, and that's the hole they started with, so they can knock the rest of it out. and get air while they're putting up the rest of the roof insulation. Then they're gonna do the gable ends and then insulate the ends with the fresh, more water resistant wood and house wrap. This is our lovely pantry, also a work in progress. So that's the latest update. I'll show you what happens and what it looks like when it's finished. Okay guys, insulation got put off for a bit because we're waiting on the ladder. We can't, we don't have a tall enough ladder for the gable ends outside. So we are waiting for our neighbor to get home, and I don't know if that'll get done tonight. So I might have to do another video on that. But I'm gonna call this one. It was a busy day. I just got finished making tortillas. The girls are putting together tacos with some chicken that we had. I pasture or that we got from our friends. The boys help process chickens, and then they sent us home a bunch of chickens. So, and with homemade salsa. So I'll show you what that looks like. I am just gonna end this video here, and then if there's anything else, I might tag it on the end. If not, I'll make a new video of it. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for hanging out.